Hi, it's me again. I thought I'd pop on, like I said, and do part 3 of my angel videos. I'm going to start making this a series, people, but keep it in a separate playlist. So if people are interested, you can go to the playlist. If they're not interested, then they don't have to watch. So a lot of people have asked how you know you're connecting with angels and how you know they're around you and whatever. So I thought I'd give it a quick sort of go over today, quick point out a few things. But like I said, I will go more in depth in the series on different things. So one of the first top 10 things that they say with angels is obviously feathers, little white feathers. Voices, but hearing voices but nobody's there, that's another. But that could even be a spirit guide, so that is one that is debatable for me myself, because I work with spirit guides too, and usually if I hear the voices it will be from the spirit guides. Number sequences is another one. Also pennies, finding pennies, that's another thing that people say, if you find a penny in your way, then that will be the angel's way of letting you know they're with you. Also nature, birds, butterflies, that kind of thing. That is another way that they connect with you. And also sparkles of light in your eye, sort of you don't normally see it full on, you'll usually catch it out of the corner of your eye, but when you turn there's nothing there. So that is another way. And music, hearing music playing, and there's no reason for that music. I've talked about that happening to me before. So again, they're the sort of main ways that you do know. But with me, it's mainly been feathers. It's mainly been lots of white feathers. Whenever I've needed the help and called on them, I always get lots of white feathers. Usually they're the little tiny ones. I don't normally find big ones. They're usually little tiny white feathers, real soft downy white feathers that I find. I've had experiences where I've asked the angels to support my family when they're going through a difficult time. When my mum lost dad, I asked them to support her and surround her. And she said to me, she didn't know I'd asked, obviously, and she said to me a little while afterwards, I keep finding these little white feathers everywhere. What does that mean? So I knew that the angels had been around her. And the same with when my first husband was diagnosed with cancer, and my older children, who is his children, was at the hospital getting results and that, and it was bad news. I'd asked the angels to support them that day, to give them strength to get through the day. And when my daughter came home, she said, when we got the bad news, I went outside to sit on the bench by myself just to have a few minutes to sort of let the news sink in. She said, and it was like somebody had hit a pillow, one of those feather pillows, and it had burst open. She said, because I was covered in little white feathers. So again, I knew that the angels had been round her then, as I'd asked. So yeah, these are, people see them in different ways, but with me it's mainly been feathers. A lot of people do talk about number sequences. I don't really see a lot of number sequences. If I do, I will look it up in the book, because I'm not really knowledgeable on all the numbers, because there's so many numbers to try and keep track of. I mean, I know like the basic 000. If you see that an awful lot, then that is telling you that they're trying to connect with you, and they're trying to get a message through to you, and you're not listening. So keep keeping an alert for the messages that they're trying to give you. And likewise 111, if you see that a lot, that is telling you, that whatever you're thinking in the moment, you're going to bring into being, if you like. So be careful of your thoughts, because this is the time that they will start manifesting. And likewise 222, if you see that a lot, then that is that they're letting you know that you're on the right path, and keep going, don't give up. So those sort of numbers I take notice of. But there is books around. I've got one here. Somebody bought me this one. This one is actually by Doreen Virtue, but I did keep it because it was a gift. And there's not many people who've done a book full of the numbers. So if I do see a continuing number sequence over a few days or whatever, then I will just look it up in the book and see what that message is for me. but it's not something that I can honestly say that I see an awful lot of, except like those basic ones, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, them ones. But a book, I mean, I think there's somebody online who does them as well. I'm sure that I can't think of the name, but I'm sure there is an online website that covers the numbers as well. So that is something, you know, if you haven't got the book, you could always look it up online, what if you're seeing a certain number over and over. So these are the way that I find, you know, that I know they're around me, is if I see those 3 particular numbers, or mainly feathers is, and I will keep saying mainly feathers. I don't find pennies like people talk about. Butterflies, yes, and birds, yes. They're another one. Nature. So with me, it's usually nature and feathers and those 3 numbers. I have had music, but that's about my main ones of knowing that they're there, sort of thing, and just a feeling of knowing that they're there. I've seen the lights too, but I just know they're there because you get like this warm feeling that they're with you, and I get goosebumps at the same time. So even though it's this warm loving feeling, I kind of get goosebumps, and very often get a feeling across my back here that somebody is there. So that's how I kind of know that I'm connected. So, but that's me, and there is different ways. But the other thing that I'm going to touch on now as well, but you know, again, I will go further into these. Angels are connected with your star signs. So if you was looking to start working with an angel, but you didn't know who to start with and where to start, you could always start with the angel of your sign, sun sign. I know that as a Taurus that mine is Camille, Archangel Camille. Now Archangel Camille, I've said before, is the angel of love, self-love, and love in all general terms. Do you know what I mean? So, but an Aries, for example, would be come under Archangel Ariel. That's the archangel of animals and lover of animals and the nature, that kind of thing. Gemini comes under Archangel Zadkiel. Cancer comes under Archangel Gabriel, the messenger. Leo is Archangel Raziel. Virgo is Archangel Metatron. And it says he always carries a cube. You probably noticed pictures of him as carrying a cube of geometrical cubes and what have you. Then Libra is Archangel Jophiel. Scorpio is Archangel Jeremiah. Sagittarius is Archangel Raguel. Capricorn is Archangel Azrael. Aquarius, Archangel Uriel. And Pisces is Archangel Sandalphon, who sends up the prayers to this divine. So there are the, you know, if you're under one of those, whichever star sign you're under, you can always try to connect with the one who's works with that particular zodiac sign, and see what you think of working with them in that way, is making your first connection. Well, you know, at least that will tell you who to work with, sort of thing. So yeah, so angels and astrology, that's another way that you can connect the two. So if you're into an astrology, you can always bring in the angels in to work with them as well. There's a butterfly talking about the angels. I don't know if you just saw that floating around. It's just floating around me down here. A lovely white one just flew off. So yeah, this is what I mean about connection with the butterflies and what have you. They do tend to come around me quite a bit, and I've spoken about that before. Now the other thing, that the way you can connect with them is crystals. I love to work with crystals, and a lot of people like to work with crystals. Now if you're trying to bring in angel energy as well, then there is crystals associated with a lot of the angels, and as again I will do another full video on this, but to give you an idea, like Ariel, the one, you know, Archangel Ariel, the one we said about working with the nature and animals and whatever, that is the rose quartz. Azrael is yellow calcite. Camille, that's my zodiac angel, it's green fluorite, sorry. Gabrielle is citrine. Haniel is moonstone. Jeremiah is amethyst. Jephiel is pink tourmaline or rubelite, is it called, a rubelite? Metatron, again the one with the cube, the cube might have, yeah, that's watermelon, tourmaline. Archangel Michael is Sugar Light. Can't get my words out today. Archangel Raguel is Aquamarine. That's one of my favourite stones. I love aqua. Raphael, another one I work with, is Malachite. I do wear a lot of, I wear a lot of crystals anyway, but that's my Malachite or Malachite. And Emerald. I'm not rich enough to have Emerald. Archangel Raziel has clear quartz. That's another one that I work with a lot, and I've always got lots of clear quartz. Sandalphon, the one who sends the prayers up. Turquoise, again, I have a lot of turquoise. I love turquoise. Archangel Uriel is Amber. Amber is associated with Archangel Uriel. That's another one that I have on. Oh, there we go in there. I have, like I said, I love crystals, so I tend to be covered in them. And then the last one, Archangel Radkiel, is Lapis Lazuli, which I've got. Oh no, that one broke, I think. But yeah, so I normally have that on me as well, but that got broken. One of the grandchildren pulled on that one and gave that a yank, and it fell off. But yeah, so again, you know, you can connect with the angels through gemstones if you're into gemstones and what have you. So there's a few ideas of how you can connect with them and how you can kind of take note if they're trying to connect with you and what have you. But like I said, I will be going more in depth, and I will bring a whole series of different things. I will do one on the crystals and angels, and I will do one on the zodiac and angels, etc. So I will make separate videos for all of these, but I just wanted to cover the other kind of things that you could connect with the angels through. So I will see you all soon, and have a lovely day. Bye for now.